I don't know. Hello, everybody. Am I live? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'll leave my glasses on. We tried it outside and it was too windy. You wouldn't. Hi, Jody. Demelza, everybody. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I think I'm live because it says end stream.
Yes, I think it's live.
Oh, it's hot now.
Looks live to me.
Freezing cold a minute ago. Now it's boiling hot. Hello. Yeah. Teresa says, yeah. Yes, I can hear and see you, Ria. Excellent, because we've had hearing and seeing problems in the past. Could you move the cat litter, Graham? Well, this is a real panoramic view of all of the mess.
We wanted to do it outside with a beautiful view of the marina.
Yes. Thank you, Graham. Hello, kiddies. Hello, fellow haters. Apparently, we're all haters. I've had a sugar on the channel who gave me a great big long lecture about why we pick on Meghan and then went into a great big rant at slagging Samantha Markle off. So it's okay for the sugars to slag everybody and anybody else off. But if we say an itty bitty bitty thing about Meghan, we're obsessed haters. So welcome, fellow haters. This is water, by the way. Really hot now. It goes from freezing cold fog to boiling hot. It comes and goes. That's my excuse anyway. So let's get the elephant out of the room first, shall we? Who wasn't invited to the Met Gala? I've read a couple of pieces today. Apparently, there's an awful lot more involved in organising a 4-year-old's birthday party than one would imagine. So much that it takes months of planning. There's no time for coronations and Met Galas and all that nonsense. Now, I do agree, a child's birthday is very important, but for goodness sake, really, that's the lame excuse she's going with. She couldn't just go buy some party invitations or pay someone else, pay a member of staff to buy the party invitations, order a cake and a clown or whatever, a magician, and just invite some people round. Oh, we all know it stings, don't we? We all know it stings. It's like Cinderella didn't go to the ball after all. I knew she wouldn't. I knew she wouldn't. And all of you knew she wouldn't either. I think as a group, we called it. Us haters. That is us haters. We're shameful haters. There's got to be a better place to put the camera, Graham, because I've got to crick my neck looking up at it.
Yes, I can move it, do you?
I think might be able to move it. I might be able to figure out that technicality.
I've got a selfie stick. It can go lower.
Oh yeah, that's better. It's just like really, really, really high where it was.
Yeah. Put it on this selfie stick.
Oh, okay.
I want to.
What's the matter? Oh yeah, he's paranoid.
I've got an extension lead there, which is well dodgy. So if we disappear,
we'll
have to reboot the computer.
Yes, if we disappear, then stay where you are, and we will be back shortly.
High-tech stuff.
In case we have technical difficulties.
The BBC would be so jealous of us, wouldn't they?
Oh, they would. You know, we're just so organised. Oh no, not
move
the keyboard.
Move the keyboard out of the way, and then how's that? Is that better?
There we go. That's better. That's better. Oh, it's so hot now. So, and it's right in front of where the comments are. Mean girls. Is that us? Are we the mean girls? Are we? Harsh but fair. I've read so many of your comments, fantastic comments over the last few days. In fact, I sit there giggling to myself on the back deck, and Graham's like, "What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'll have to read the comment out to you, or you won't get the joke." Yes, most amusing.
There's a black
Hannah Winter will never let that toss into the Met Gala. But yeah, don't you think that's rich? Sugar's coming on here. In fact, I might even be able to get the comment up. I just thought, you cheeky little madam, coming on my channel and calling all of us haters. It was not a reasonable sort of thing. I can't remember what video it was, actually. And saying, stupid things like, oh, hi, Aussie, Steph, Silver, High Flight. Sorry if I've missed anybody's names. Little lady. Oh, I hear Princess Carol. You're famous. Princess Carol's been camping out at the Mall. My goodness, that's dedication. It's what's the day today? It's when Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Coronation's not till Saturday. Princess, I hope the weather's warm enough and you've got a sleeping bag and that you're comfortable. And she's been interviewed by GB News and she's going to be in the newspapers. So we need to dig all of that out and get that up on all the channels. One for the team, yeah. If you've got your South Park placard as well, just in case. So the rumours I've heard, and not no one's emailed me or told me this. This is just like gleaning things from insider says this and insider says that, for what it's worth. And I did wonder, actually, because I said the other night, wouldn't it be hilarious if Harry was actually on the balcony after all with all the others? I know it would make a lot of people angry, but one particular person it would make very, very angry, because I mean, he's been moved. His dummy, and Madame Two Swords has now been reunited with the family. Meghan's been left out in the cold with the A-listers. I don't know what the hell any of them did to deserve it. They're probably suing as we speak. But the rumours I've heard, and actually I wondered this before, is that the royal family despise Meghan. Allegedly. This is what the insiders have said. They despise her. They're hoping that when Harry comes back, they're going to roll out the red carpet for him internally as a family, remind him of what he's missed, etc., and get him to stay. And then the drawbridge is coming out and she is never coming back in again. And I can well believe those insider rumours. If I had someone like her in our family, that's probably exact. That's if they even got a foot in the door in the first place, and they'd have their work cut out with me. But let's say they did. And finally, that family member took the power away from them and said, I've had enough of this. The drawbridge would come up and they would never, ever come back in. They would be completely frozen out. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. I'm seeing more and more and more articles about how they're separating, divorce, like it's news to us, all of us here. I think we all started talking about this back in September last year, didn't we? And also to that little sugar who sort of says, oh, what's she ever done to you? Well, plenty. I can think of 2 words, Yankee Wally. I will never forget Wally. I haven't heard from Wally in ages. I haven't seen anything on Patreon or Rumble. She's just gone to ground. And I miss her for one. And I will never forget what Christopher Boozy did to her. I will never forget what the Sugars did to her. I know that it's in Meghan's world and her team. They think you just shit on somebody. And then when it suits you, just pretend it never happened. Well, I'm not the sort of person that will go along with that. I will never forget what they did to Wally. And so, yeah, I don't like Meghan because the people who support and follow her are people like Christopher Boozy and the other henchmen. And I don't like the bullying of people who live alone with their cats, who are entitled to have their opinion. So, yeah, we all miss Wally. I don't even know if she's watching. I haven't heard anything from her in about a month now. So I'm really, really hoping she's okay. I'm sure she's physically okay. She's actually a very, very strong lady, physically strong and healthy. It's just sometimes she just wants to. Well, you remember when she had her channel, there were times it would go several weeks, there'd be no video, and then she would come back. So I hope she's all right, because I've got a feeling that all this boozy stuff's going to be over and done with and gone. And all these YouTube problems are going to be over and done with and gone quite soon. Quite soon. I think a lot of the suffering that a lot of people have had being bullied online by paid henchmen and bots and trolls by whoever on behalf of Meghan or in direct orders of Meghan or whatever it's been, this hideous online tsunami of bullying that seems to have come along ever since she entered the royal family. I think it's coming to an end, or rather the tide may turn and a tsunami may be following her. And then I think it's not just Wally. There's an awful lot of you out there who've been doxxed, who've been attacked. I know some of you, the trolls have even found out where you live. You've had your car tyres let down. I know one person that's happened to, car scratched. I know Murky Meg has had problems. Lots of us have had problems. Not us here because we live in Spain. So I guess the language barrier is a bit difficult for them. The armed police, the armed security guards, the security gate, the police in Gibraltar are very good. There's loads of CCTV everywhere. And I don't hide who I am. So we haven't experienced anything at all. But I know for those people who prefer to keep their anonymity, those are the ones that the Sugars really love to dox. Or to bully and troll people like Trevor. So I hope and pray that bullying campaign comes to an end. So when I get a sugar cheekily coming on the channel saying, what have you got against her? Well, plenty. Apart from that, she's a liar. I don't care if she calls it misremembering. Judge Warby, I don't care if that's what you call it. It's called lying in my book. That's my opinion. She lied. She and Harry said they didn't have anything to do with finding freedom whatsoever. Harry even put in an email, we want to be able to deny this. Oh, the level of dishonesty there. And that coming from me. And in my book, that's lying. And they put statements in, which are on oath, affidavits, that's perjury, saying they'd nothing to do with it. And then when Jason Knorr came forward and proved that they were involved, they just misremembered. Good gracious me. Can anybody else be allowed that courtesy? Oh, you just misremembered. If only back in the day when I had Sussex Police on my case, I could have just said, shoo, go away. Oh, I just misremembered things differently. You know, Judge Warby, idiot of the legal profession, in my opinion. Idiot, absolute moron. I don't know how the hell he became a judge, quite frankly.
Completely taken in by her.
I'll tell you what it might have been. And this is coming from me. You know, in the referendum, I was Remain, not a Leaver. The Daily Mail ran a headline, if you guys recall, which had pictures of judges on the front page. And the headline was Saboteurs of the United Kingdom. And that did get the backs up of the judges, the judiciary generally. And I often wonder if Warby was not thinking in a balanced way and he was thinking about that. And so he was automatically siding with just about anybody, no matter who it would have been, not necessarily Meghan, against the Daily Mail for that. I wondered that. And if so, that's incredibly unprofessional. A judge has to put all those feelings to one side and be impartial. Right. Moron, you're being too kind. Okay, utter wanker. Judge Warby is an utter wanker. I could go further, but I don't want to turn anyone's ears blues. Right, Paula E.M. Daily Express has had her channel closed for a week, but she has another. Look for it. Oh, Daily Empress. Yes, I saw today, Daily Empress. I'm actually subscribed to her new channel, but I looked today because the name of it was slightly different. So I wondered if she'd been shut down, but then I couldn't understand how I could be subscribed. And she's got 2,500 subscribers. So, yeah, Daily Empress is not only a tarot card reader, she's really funny. She reads out some news articles in a very humorous way, gives her take on it, and then she pulls some cards based on the article that she's read. And actually, that reminds me. Now, some of you might remember this lady, and I can't remember her name, but there was a tarot card reader years ago. This was before I'd even found Wally, I think. She had a bit of an accent, French accent, but not like she was French, like she's from another country that's French speaking, you know, maybe Quebec or Algeria or somewhere like that. And she was talking about Meghan Markle. Now, I think this was before they even got married. And this woman claimed that she knew Meghan from before she met Harry. And she had a lot to say about Meghan, a lot. And I wasn't sure what to make of it or how to take it. And she said her channels had been closed down repeatedly. This was when Meghan was working on Six. This is what this woman claimed. And she said, she keeps closing me down because I'm telling people the truth about her and stuff. And I can't remember a lot of the details of what she said. I think her name was something like, it was like de Montfort, but it wasn't actually de Montfort. So I don't know if any of you guys ever remember that lady. She used to wear a sort of a fortune teller headscarf. You could see her face and hear her real voice. And she used to kind of sit in her conservatory doing it. Anybody out there remember her? Because she just disappeared. And she said, trust me, that's what Meghan does. She has people bullied off the internet. These were her words, not mine. You know, just saying what she said. You know, she has them driven off. She hires henchmen. She gets bots. She gets trolls and stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought this woman's paranoid and deluded and she just sounds crazy. And then blah, 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 fast forward a few years and oh well, but where we are now. Woo says, think Queen and Philip had a private joke at that wedding. The look Philip gave the Queen was a picture when asked if anyone knows why they should not be joined together. Pure classic. Yes, I do remember the Queen's face during the wedding. But in all fairness, Her Majesty could kind of be a bit like that, couldn't she? Perhaps not quite that grumpy. We need Elon Musk to buy YouTube. Well, although I see there's still problems on Twitter, apparently. People still have difficulties there. Yes, I miss Danger Zone as well. She was lovely. It's very, very sad what happened there. Someone just said it was Dealing who picked a fight with Taro Andy. It wasn't Taro with Andy. It wasn't that lady. I haven't seen this woman around in a long time. Digali. Boozy threatened me after what he did to Wally. I told him that even the fleas wouldn't touch him. After that comment, I was threatened. He can bite me as well. In my cup, we point the bone. Oh yeah, don't close it completely. Or I'll boil up. Boil up like an onion.
That time.
I never saw TQ look that grumpy. Not even the Windsor Castle burned down. I still remember a comment someone left on the Daily Mail. And again, this was before the wedding. And it was like one of these people who maybe knew her. And they said, God, if you thought Diana was a loose cannon, Meghan's going to be like a leaking nuclear weapon, leaking nuclear energy all over the royal family. Must have been a psychic or someone who knew her. Or maybe I'm misremembering things. Sorry, Warby. I'm never going to let that one drop. Ever. You are the Michael Fish of the judiciary. You're an idiot, Mike Warby. Absolute idiot. Right. Oh, I watched Lady C tonight. She's of the opinion that the baby, that weird reference Harry made to a baby, would have been Louis. I'm still not convinced, but I just thought I'd put that in for what it's worth. But she did also at the end say she has no legal proof that it wasn't Louis. You know what I mean? Fair play. Fair play. What do I think of Jessica Mulroney in London? I didn't know Jessica was in London. But if she is, I don't know, maybe she's going to go to the coronation. Imagine her escorting one of the royal family. No, I agree with you, Rhea. It wasn't Louis he was talking about. It wasn't. Oh, I bet there's been a load of miscarriages and pregnancies going on. No, I agree with you, Roz. No, it's not Louis. I have never heard Fiona Hall. I've never heard so much gossip come out from the palace until she joined. Yeah, she's like a sieve, an absolute sieve. I know people said that Diana used to talk to the press and call the press up. Well, yes and no. She was friends with Richard Kay for a start, and when the Morton book came out, there were friends of hers, I think, who'd been quoted in it, and they were getting a hard time. So I know she did call the press to say she was going to be visiting them to sort of give unofficial support to take the heat off them. But not like Meghan. I mean, it's just, the leaks that have started. I mean, where the hell are they coming from? So there were no leaks before Meghan turned up, and then as soon as Meghan turns up, there's more holes in the palace than Swiss cheese. Graham, could I have some more water, please?
Yeah,
do
you want ice?
Oh, yes, please.
I've got the ice maker.
If you hear that little noise in the background, that's the ice maker. They're fantastic. It was only cheap, about €30, and turn it on, put a bit of water in it, and within 15 minutes, you've got a ton of ice.
Yeah. It takes a while to get going.
Petra Fleming, and now Meghan is coming to South Africa to teach safe birthing methods. Are you serious? Are you making that up, or is that the latest? Does the fool know we have hospitals and clinics? Who needs safe birthing method advice? You're making that up, you naughty. Please tell me that is not true. That cannot be true. Yeah, Wally got us through lockdown as well, Van. Why is she always lying? She always lying. Oh no, not lying, Jenna. Misremembering. We must get it right for legal reasons, I suppose. Just read, there's a birth certificate for Diana Mary Windsor Mountbatten in California. The parents won't let their young daughter be adopted. Weird. Not sure I understand that one, Susan. I might need to catch up on that. It's kind of weird the way Archie's birth certificate was changed. Does everybody remember that? So his mother is the Duchess of Sussex. Her name was taken off it. That's like dead weird. That's like me putting on both my kids' birth certificates. Mother, Britain's Most Wanted. Father, Graham Hesketh. You know, that's who the hell does that? Or chairman of the board of ICI. Mother, chairman of the board of ICI. Who does that? Why was Meghan's name taken off Archie's birth certificate? And I'm sure it was. That was all over mainstream media, wasn't it? Paula E. Martin, Fiona, it's apparently true is going to South Africa to teach birthing and build a housing unit. Hope she puts safe heaters in there. We don't want any fires now. She's bringing a Netflix crew and going to teach birthing methods. No. Off topic, any word on status of the hawk? What's the hawk? Nutmeg. I just Meghan, oh god.
The bird that you picked up.
Oh right, the eagle. I haven't heard anything yet. We're waiting for young Matthews, our crew, who's left to a superior job. He's in touch with Vincent. I thought you meant an aeroplane for a minute there. Are you going to film the gun salute in Gibraltar on Saturday? Well, we might. It depends. I think we're doing the dolphin trips. My boss wants to do special coronation dolphin trips. Look, we don't always hear the gun salutes from Marina Bay, do we? It depends which direction the wind's
Depends
going.
where they're firing them from.
But they're going to do a big procession up Main Street. Fabian Picardo and the governor of Gibraltar, they're going to be at the coronation.
He's the prime minister.
Yeah, Fabian's our chief minister. And what's his name? Sir David Steele, no relation to the politicians. I think that's his name. Sir David Steele is the governor of Gibraltar. He's also going. So that's nice. And the Royal Gibraltar Regiment as well. They're sending 10 people, and they're going to feature quite prominently, apparently, in the whole procession thing. So we're really thrilled about that. And of course, Gibraltar will make a big fuss. You'll see. They love this sort of thing. Rumour of no tiara for Catherine. I know, flowers on her head instead.
We don't want that.
Well,
she should look like a princess, not a hippie.
The thing is, I think with Catherine, you could put her in a paper bag and she'd look fabulous.
She would, yeah.
She might have her hair, turned up, and then have flowers intertwined. She will look like she is a bloody princess. She's a natural born princess, if you ask me. I love her. She'll look magnificent. I'm going to wear my tiara. I'm not wearing flowers on my head, but I quite like the sound of the coronation, of the way the direction Charles is going in that nature. And I hope they're going to have trees as well in the Abbey, like they did with William and Catherine's wedding, and lots of nature. And it's all very King Arthur, isn't it? And medieval. And I think that is lovely. That really makes me warm to the whole thing. And with the swearing allegiance thing, I won't be swearing allegiance, but I will give him my loyalty, backup, and allegiance. It's the swearing part of it I can't do. But it is voluntary, and some people will and some people won't. So quite a few, I think, Labour MPs have already pointed out that when they are elected and they go to Parliament, they have to swear allegiance to the King or the Queen. But that's because they're public servants and they're actually being paid. That's a job.
Why Sinn Féin don't sit in the Houses of Westminster.
It is, yeah. Well, so that's sort of like swearing that you'll do the best job you can to the crown in general, not necessarily the monarch. I just can't personally do that. But yeah, flowers instead of tiaras. I don't know, because Camilla's going to wear Queen Mary's crown, isn't she? So won't that look a bit strange? One in flowers and one in loads of diamonds.
Is she wearing the Koh-i-Noor?
No, she's wearing something like 4, 5, and 6 of what do they? What's that diamond called, guys? That they broke up into numbers. I can't think of the name. I think there's a couple of them on Queen Elizabeth II's brooch. But no, she's going to wear the famous big crown purple thing.
Okay. I heard she was the Koh-i-Noor.
Petra, yeah, the Cullinan. There's numbers of different ones. Yeah, thank you, Melissa. Charles is disrespectful towards his son and daughter-in-law, Christy M. Rose. Is he? Why? India apparently wants Camilla to wear Koh-i-Noor. Oh, right. You mean India, the country? Okay. I thought there was a bit of a doodah over that. Fiona, ask Graham, your husband, to go through Google and type in Matthew Guthmiller and his coverage of David Lesh, and Eon, a commercial pilot, was circling. Okay. Yeah, Janet, it's not a hippie event. We want a tiara, robes. Well, yeah, what we want to see are the national gemstones, the crown jewels, isn't it? We want to see that. So the last Princess of Wales, who would have actually attended their father-in-law or mother-in-law's coronation. Has there ever actually been a Princess of Wales at a coronation? Because, do you know, I'm not sure there has. Because the last Princess of Wales before Diana was Mary. But Mary wasn't the Princess of Wales when Edward was crowned. She was the Duchess of York. Her and George were the Duke and Duchess of York, weren't they? They only became the Prince and Princess of Wales later. And before that, Alexandra would have been the Princess of Wales. And her mother-in-law was Queen Victoria. So no, she wouldn't have been at a coronation. So I'm not sure that a Princess of Wales has ever actually attended a coronation of any monarch. I think this might be a first. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there. Anybody else know if we've ever had a Princess of Wales attend the coronation? And then there'd be a precedent of what it exactly is that they wear. Oh, yeah, it's a dress. My friend Kaiser gave it to me from work. The coronation will be fantastic. The procession is going to be 3 times the size of the Jubilee. Is it? Oh, brilliant. I'll tell you what I absolutely loved in the Queen's funeral, when they set off and they had the crown on the coffin and the bagpipe music and the way they all just clipped and started. Oh, makes me well up just thinking about it. It was marvellous, really marvellous. We saw the crown jewels at the Tower of London at Easter. Wow, they were incredible. Waited in line for an hour. I know, you have to queue for a long time to see them. We did them in 2018. Harry on balcony. The public may not be happy. I heard presents have been picked out for Archie from the King, Wales, and etc. Wonder how Scooby-Doo and CB will spin that. I think you'll find that Charles will include and take H back no matter what. Yeah, well, you see, from the royal family's point of view, let's imagine they don't like Harry anymore. They don't even love him. It would still be in their interest to get him away from her and just you know, mate, can you just shut the fuck up, pack it in. We've got a padded cell. I could see them from their point of view feeling like that. I think Catherine should wear a tiara too. I do. I'm not sure about her wearing flowers. However, I know the woman has tremendous poise, style, and grace. So I'll reserve judgment, because she might pull it off. You know, she has a really big regal cape or something. She does very nice regal dress. That white dress she wore with the sash and the Cambridge Lover's Knot. Meghan in Africa. Oh God, spare us. I'm afraid it is the continent of Africa's turn. Okay, Europe have had it up to here. America has had it up to here. Canada's done their fair share, I think. So I think it's a toss-up between, a few other continents. South America. Oh no, South America suffered at one point, didn't they? Yeah, it's definitely Africa's turn for now. And then Australia. I'm afraid you're going to have to, you're going to have to take one for the team at some point. We must all concentrate on the coronation on Monday and don't give the two clowns any oxygen. Absolutely agree. Hi, Glinda. Absolutely agree. 100%. The only circumstance in which I would talk about Meghan is if she kills Harry or something like that. Then I'm afraid that is going to be something that the whole world will talk about and we'll look at. But the rest of it can wait until the coronation is over, definitely. And they can dance in the streets. Yeah, so you're not dancing in the streets in Africa yet. Meghan's coming to show you how to give birth.
She's written a book, on motherhood.
So you just get the cushion like this and you got to make sure it doesn't go down your left leg. Yes, it's quite
must wash out
audacious of her.
Yes.
Meghan, the birthing guru. Good grief, whatever next. Whatever next.
Breastfeeding by Meghan Markle.
Oh, don't, Graham. Just don't. She did kill Harry, fun-loving Harry, that is. Yes, you're right there, Mad Baba. Yeah, I've heard a lot of talk of that H word, Kathleen. Mr. Moonbum. Do you remember the Mr. Men? Yes, Anne is going horseback. She's going to be Gold Rod, Protector-in-Chief or something, I think. Catherine should wear the Queen's favourite tiara. Girls of Britain and Ireland. There's a lot of you guys who've bought a copy of that, and we've got them in the pictures. I decided to wear my Princess Diana tiara. I have 3, gave 1 to my granddaughter, and 3rd one shipping off to Mrs. Hutch. Oh, I've got my tiara downstairs, actually. Might put mine on.
So you're not going to...
Yeah, you're not going to turn an angle grinder
on
right at the moment, are you?
No.
We have women wearing flower garlands in their hair at the hippie drum circles on beach here in Florida. The nights of the full moon. Not fitting for a historic occasion. It just depends how she does it. I mean, if she were to make like a circlet of daisies, yeah, I could not approve of that. But if she has her hair, had them sort of intertwined with her head, it might work. Knowing Catherine, she just looks so regal, and it could even be like a one in the eye to Meghan. You don't have to wear a tiara. Just 4 bottles of Sex on the Beach at 4.7% and 1 bottle of Malibu coconut rum. Okay, I think I'm interrupting a private conversation there. Flowers are for weddings. It's true, Fiona. They're filming themselves, help build houses. Do you think that Hell Point, do you really think that they've made up the...
the feathers as
well? No, I won't wear the feathers at the moment. Do you think they've made up that flower thing? And it was a terrible photograph of Catherine wearing a floral wreath years ago. I think it might have been visiting somewhere and it was a tribal wreath or something. But it was sort of like one of those things you see on those Gucci adverts where they love to hark back to the 1970s. I remember seeing things like that on the telly when I was a kid. Yeah, I'll put this on. Good God, I can't believe how thirsty I am. There. I'm very pleased with it, especially for €8. I know it might have been cheaper than €8. I'm extremely pleased with it. And it's quite comfortable as well. Some of them can be quite pinchy. If they were flowers, it will give a Lagan vibe, especially with the green man on the invites. Exactly. Because, Charles has got Arthur in his name. Imogen, maybe she will wear diamonds in her hair. Yes. Because I've said that about Meghan before when they went to Fiji or something and they were complaining, she can't wear a tiara. Her people were complaining. I thought, so what, Meghan? Get hair clips. commission your own hair clips or something. And like Mrs. Anna, and wear your hair up. It'll look amazing. You can set a trend. But oh no, she had to wear those enormous, inappropriate diamond earrings that we all know the history of. But this comes from a woman who did say to Larry King, you know, when all the men and boys were euthanized in Rwanda, it was actually kind of marvelous because it made a load of vacancies for women to get into politics. She actually did fucking say that. It's on YouTube here. So she can't sue me for saying that because she actually said it. That the fact that all the men were euthanized was great because it created openings for the women and girls.
Female empowerment.
This is female empowerment. This is the sort of... Yes, Empress CC hair diamonds. Yes, maybe Catherine will do something like that, and then really, like stick it to Meghan and say, look, you don't have to wear a tiara, you moron. You can make the best of yourself the way you are. I'm sure Catherine's going to look wonderful. So will William, and I'm sure the King will look fabulous. And actually, I'm quite interested to see what Camilla's going to wear because I loved her wear. I'm sure I've mentioned it more than once. I did love her wedding outfit. I thought that was fantastic choice.
Meghan just does not have a flair for style at all.
Yeah, the Queen could wear a flower crown too, but she's not going to. Apparently, she's going to wear the one that Queen Mary wore, and I think the Queen Mother wore as well. I'm not sure. Yes, and her wedding dress was just wonderful. My hair at my wedding instead of a tiara. So, you know, I'm not averse to flowers. Now I've lost my furry. Oh, there it is. Because I'm getting cold again now. I'll go from boiling hot to freezing cold. Oh. Catherine will be the absolute picture of our future queen, flawless and a pure diamond. Yes, she will. Why can't it be traditional? Well, I mean, I suppose it's a case of what exactly is tradition. Of course, a lot of it is going to be traditional. The abbey, the chair, the stone of Scone, the orb, the crown. And also, I believe Charles is, well, I can't remember which way around it is, but he's using... Camilla are using robes that were worn by, well, he's wearing part of what George V wore, and I think he's wearing one of the robes that George VI wore. They've kept them pristine, I suppose, away from UV light, and they've been cleaning them up. And a gauntlet, I think it was George VI who wore the gauntlet, so he's recycling a lot of that.
There's a new sword.
Has he got a new sword?
I hear so.
If you go to the royal website, they're actually giving quite a lot of information now. It's really interesting. So apparently Charles, this is according to the royal website, Charles and Camilla are going to enter the Abbey in red velvet. And I think that they're both going to wear robes that were worn by previous monarchs, George V and VI, and I think the Queen Mother. And then they change into something else. I think there's several outfits they wear. And then they're going to put in a royal purple capes. Now, Charles's will be from a previous monarch. But I think Camilla's having hers made new because the Queen Mothers or whatever had not held up the test of time. Something like that. So it's going to be a glamorous affair. I'm absolutely certain it will be a glamorous affair. LJ, I live near Brighton. I think I've seen almost every celeb that lives here apart from Heather. Oh, do you not see? We used to see Heather around. I mean, Heather Mills. Yeah. In fact, when we were living in Brighton and Brighton Marina, there was on the Peter Pan, Madeira Drive, there's a little park there. We took the kids there, and Graham's like, oh my God, this playground's full of coppers, police officers. And I was looking around and I thought, yeah, I recognise them. Yeah, they do look like police officers. And then I suddenly realised, I said, they're not. This is the cast of The Bill. Anyone who's not British, we have a TV show in the UK called The Bill, which is all about police officers. And just everywhere you went in Brighton, there are celebrities, loads of celebrities. Chris Ellison used to be in The Bill. Inspector Burnside. It's a shame to see the British history and tradition sliding away. Well, I don't think they will. And I expect when the Queen had her coronation, there was a bit of a kick-off. It was going to be televised. They thought that was, step too far. But none of us would have been able to see it, never mind the people outside. So some things can be good. Yes, why can't they just do it with crowns and tiaras? For once, can it be normal? I know what you mean. Because these people who kick off about, oh, royal families rubbing poor people's noses in it, I'm like, oh, get lost. They're the national gems, and there should be more TV programs about them and the history of where each of the gems came from. I think that would be fascinating, and it's a shame they don't do things like that. I'm worried about the horses if firecrackers are thrown. I think you'll find those kind of horses, they're pretty bulletproof. They are pretty bulletproof. They were, I think it was Neil Sean was talking to some of the guards about that the other day. And they said, obviously, there's only a certain amount a horse can take, a proper bomb going off in its face. Yes, Marley. Yes, Marilee, sorry. But the firecrackers and stuff, I know horses are ticky, but those particular type of horses, they're trained to be desensitized. Yes, Valpy, definitely. So, Heather Ann Mills, no buena mujer. Well, it was a similar situation, wasn't it? Although not quite as bad as I think what we're about to go into. Glinda, the ladies will have opportunity to pull out the serious jewels for the ball gala on the 5th. Yes. Right, Glinda, is that going to be at Buckingham Palace? Because I haven't looked at the whole weekend. So it's 3 days, isn't it? The whole thing's going to go on. Please tell me that's going to be at Buckingham Palace. And that'd be like real Cinderella stuff. And yes, everybody can get the tiaras out. Charles might scream at the horses if they get skittish. Well, we all have our off days, don't we? Yes, I remember when the Queen was shot at, but that was a blank firing pistol, wasn't it? And her horse sort of did that, but the Queen just turned it around, cool as a cucumber, and carried on. Glinda, the night of the 6th is at Buck House. Excellent. Oh, it's going to be like Shrek the movie, isn't it? Where they all pulled up for the ball. Actually, the other night I watched Beauty and the Beast in French. The whole thing. Has anybody seen the movie? Even though it's in French, my French is rusty, didn't matter. The scenery, it must have been filmed in actual French chateaus and castles, Belle's costumes, the whole thing. It was the most spectacular fairy story film I've ever seen. So if you get the chance, watch Beauty and the Beast, the French version. Thrilled to hear Tom Cruise is attending. Megs must be screaming because he considered hiring her once. No, I don't think he ever considered hiring her, Sue. I think that was one of those rumours put out in a puff piece. Tom Cruise would love to work with Meghan Markle. Maybe he can persuade her back to Hollywood. I think that was one of her delusions. Right? That was never going to happen. Never.
Meghan who?
Yes. Hello, Newmarket. Oh, right, you're off now. See you later, Newmarket. Countess Maggie, the people protesting, trying to get onto the road, they don't really think the general public are going to stand and watch them do this, are they? Apparently, the people who are going to protest against it all have promised that it's going to be a peaceful protest. So, well, I mean, if Meghan were to turn up, we'd all boo, wouldn't we? And have placards. So I suppose they're entitled. Yeah, and the booing, that did happen the very morning that we found out Yankee Wally's channel had gone down. I woke Graham up. He wasn't that clear on who Wally was because he just knew there was somebody on YouTube. And I said, this YouTuber I watch has been taken down. Why? Because although he didn't listen, he said, I never heard her swear. I never heard her do anything. What did she do? I said, I don't know. And then he did a video saying, well, it's all turned into a right old pantomime now, isn't it? So if people aren't allowed to say what they want, they should just go boo. And that's what it's come to. It came from the day that Yankee Wally's channel was taken down. Biggest mistake ever, Boozy. You really thought that was going to make everybody like Meghan, everybody be nice to Meghan? Back in those days, there were about 5 YouTube channels. How many YouTube channels are there now? And an awful lot of them sprang up because Yankee Wally was being silenced and everybody's free speech was being threatened. So what a stupid move, Boozy. And Meghan, if she was paying him. Apparently, she's never paid him a penny. Not a penny has crossed hands. And I await to see if evidence comes forward and see if we can test out the dickhead Judge Warby misremembering precedent, or whether American judges will go, nah, that's just lying, under oath. Sorry, jail. Didn't someone called Martha Stewart go to jail for, was it insider trading or was it actually perjury? I can't remember. Although I love Martha. I have to add, I do love Martha. I love her style. And I love that the fact that even though she went to jail, she turned it into a positive. She wasn't going to let her enemies win. So I do like Martha Stewart. I think Tom Cruise is a bit in love with Catherine. A bit, Diana. You think? Beauty and the Beast was filmed in Colmar, near where my grandfather was originally from. Is that in France, Jess? Is Colmar there? Or is it in Britain? It was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I've never seen... Do you know when they normally try and do fantasy films that just kind of doesn't hit the mark, or the dresses aren't any good? Well, this particular version, it was just spot on. And I loved the Beast. He had such a fluffy, furry face. I just wanted to hug him. Insider trading. Yeah. She had posh digs in prison. Well, I think she went to an open prison, Wanda. She got 12 months, I think, and wasn't considered a threat. Hello, Foxy Lady. I'm late, sad face, new phone, can't work this bleeding thing. Oh, right, yeah, I got a new phone recently. Well, about a month ago, and finally figured out where everything is on it. I'd love to see Catherine in a huge tiara. Make sure Meghan doesn't miss it. Elizabeth, Avid, yes, so many channels sprung up about old Meg, and Boozy cannot shut them down. I mean, he's stopped. Firstly, he stopped going on about there's only 83 channels, there's 83 people on the whole planet who are stoking up all the hatred against Meghan. Right, he dropped all that. These stupid Bot Sentinel reports, I haven't heard anything about them in ages. In fact, poor old Bot Sentinel. Bot what? No, I'm unspoutable now. And if you look back through his CV, he's always been like that. Like, he sets up a company, says this is going to be bigger than God, right? And it isn't. And then he just shuts up about it and he moves on to the next thing, goes, this is going to be bigger than God. And then it fails after about a year. And then he moves on to the next thing. Now we're on to spoutable. So
I'm going to shut down Elon Musk.
Oh, that's right. He said he was going to shut down Elon Musk. Oh, Elon was quaking in his boots. Phoned me up and he said, oh, Christopher Boozy's on my case. I'm done for. I'm finished. How will I ever survive? I bet Jeff Bezos sent him on to me. Oh, he's so scary, that Christopher Boozy. Fucking idiot, isn't he? Absolute total wide mouth frog. Right. Yes, happy birthday to little Princess Charlotte. Amazing, isn't it? After the Met Gala, I bet there's dishes being thrown at the wall, screaming tantrum, mascara, not just the left eye. I mean, proper full-on floods of tears. How has Nate, the lawyer's case, gone with Boozy? I have to admit, I haven't had time to follow it. I love Nate, but a lot of his lives, well, all our lives, they're like an hour and a half. And even on Fast Forward, at the moment, I've been so busy. And what he's talking about are legal intricacies, so I haven't been able to follow it. And also, I think there are long gaps while they're waiting for certain court hearings and certain things to happen. But he is pressing on with it, regardless of the fact that Boozy keeps saying he's going to destroy Nate, he's going to destroy Samantha Markle, he's going to destroy the King of England, he's going to destroy Elon Musk, and he'll be ruling planet Earth by the end of the week. You just think, good God, you know, he belongs in a lunatic asylum, really. Fancy that, a cockroach got a starring role at the Met Gala. Did a cockroach actually? What is this cockroach that you were all joking about earlier? I've got to look this up. I have got to look this up. If you'll excuse me.
I'll just tell you in a minute. Someone tell me.
I'm going to Google it. Met Gala cockroach. I know there was a cat there. Oh, right, okay. There was an actual cockroach on the red carpet.
What was that?
Yeah, there's a guy spraying it or
Cucaracha.
squashing it or something. Oh right, okay, I get it. It invades the Met Gala. Oh dear! Hope none ran up somebody's skirt. The cat was a depiction apparently of Carl. Oh, guy's name now. You know, the designer with the grey hair. Something Feld. I can't think what his name is. My mind's gone a blank.
Kreuzfeld.
Well, you all know who I mean. I'm sure one of you will remind me what his name is. Carl had a cat with a French name, I think. Karl Lagerfeld. That's right. He had a cat, and this guy, that cat suit was just so gorgeous. Really, really realistic as well with the head on. Obviously, I couldn't resist using that picture for this. Oh, right, the recent Markle doc. Right, the Markle family documentary. As you all know, Lady C is friends with all the Markle family, I think, and she mentioned that tonight in her latest video. And she said that what we've all just seen is a very watered down, edited version because the Markle family didn't want to overshadow the coronation, and that's why they requested. Originally, it was going to be aired on the eve, I think she said, but the Markle family asked if it could be aired earlier so as not to interfere with the coronation, to show respect, and that there is another documentary which is the full thing, and that's coming out later on in the year. So I repeat that from what I understood Lady C to say tonight for what it's worth. I watched her, to my shame, on speeded up 1.75 because it was a 50-minute video and I had about 40 minutes before going live here, and I thought, no, I'm going to listen to Lady C before this because a lot of the stuff that she says is very important. Well, Carl must have had something to say about Meghan while he was alive. The thing with Carl is, I was reading some quotes from him. I never knew he had such a sharp tongue. Oh, meow. I mean, that guy, really funny, but unless you're on the receiving end of it. So I don't know what he had to. Lady C was on fire today. The Thomas Jr. documentary. We all listen to Lady C on speed. Well, sometimes I do. If I'm doing cleaning or DIY, I have her on normal speed. But if you put her on 1.25, it doesn't sound speeded up. It's just slightly faster. But I had to put it on 1.75. If I have it too fast, I can't understand what they're saying because it's just too. Hello, Jesus Velasquez. He spoke to Diana too. He said she was beautiful but dumb. Oh, what Carl said that. He was brilliant and an Anglophile. Thomas Sr. came across as very manipulative. I feel for Samantha and Thomas Jr. Someone today was saying that if Meghan, for example, suddenly made up with her father, that there's a danger he might sort of distance himself from Samantha and Tom Jr. I don't know. I don't think so. And actually, I don't think there's any reconciliation. And I say that even... I just don't think it's going to happen. Samantha, when they asked her on the documentary, do you think you could ever reconcile? She was like stony-faced and very quiet for about a minute, which is quite a long time. It wasn't even like she was thinking about it. It was like she was thinking, how can you even ask me a question like that after everything that's gone on? So I think that Thomas Sr. I think there'll be issues there anyway. And also, I agree with a lot of you that by him constantly begging forgiveness, like what he's saying is that he's the one who's been in the wrong, and I don't think he has. It's not Thomas who had 5 friends talk to People magazine, is it? So why does Thomas have to apologise? So what if the guy wanted to have pictures taken to make himself look a little bit better? And how dare Harry in his audio book say, Thomas Markle's fat, beer belly, embarrassing, common. I mean, my God, Harry, you spiteful little git. How horrible, how nasty, how mean. Wow. talking about people's personal appearance, commenting on that when he hasn't even met Thomas Senior. His mother would smack his face. She'd smack it raw. And that's the thing. Thomas Markle, I think, needs to realise, Senior, he hasn't done anything wrong. The only thing he's done wrong is obviously overindulged her when she was a little girl. I think it's about time she heard the word no from him and him say, I'm sorry, it's too late, don't care, not interested. Because there comes a point, doesn't there? Somebody said Thomas Senior may be invited to the birthday bash and release a photo. I wonder, because apparently Paula, her new agency she's signed up with, has said that they want her to kiss and make up with her father because they reckon she's quite toxic and they need to soften her image. I think I heard that on Neil Sean, actually. Tom Senior held back on the most vile part of the letter. Rachel only won the court hearing because his public sections were 5 more words than hers. Really? Only 5 words? Again, I repeat, Judge Warby, dickhead. Oh, well, he was the appeal judge, wasn't he? Not the original. I don't know, might have been him. But I mean, the whole damn lot of them. The whole damn lot of them. So you can go, apparently now, you can go to a British court, you can lie through your arse. Lie through your arse is perfectly okay. Just use the precedent of Markle versus Associated Newspapers. Just so you misremembered. It's fine. It's fine. In fact, call up Warby. Say, this guy said it's fine. He'll explain the definition of the word misremembering.
My OBE. My OBE.
I don't know why he did it. Maybe he's just really stupid. Hello, Diana T. Hello, lovely. Fitness Hutch is here. Hello. Aussie Bush and Beach Walks. How about the Royal Griffs part 1 and 2 videos she put out? Is that today? Because I haven't seen her today. I think I saw her yesterday, but I haven't seen her today. Glow. Isabella K. If Thomas Senior gets Meghan back, he won't stand up for Samantha in her court case. Yeah, that's what I mean. If, say, Meghan did come to him for reconciliation, there'd be strings and he would be, you know, his head would be all over the place. Poor guy. Poor guy. Hello, Petter Ribbon. Now that the Markles has recorded this, I hope they can move on. Apparently, I think there's going to be another documentary. It's like, oh, is that security? Tabitha, I really want her to do a PR makeup and get smacked down. You know she's going to plan something for the coronation, bound to. I'm amazed there was nothing for Princess Charlotte's birthday today, but I suppose the shock and the tears from the Met Gala might have had something to do with that. No one can dish bitch like Anna Wintour, I suppose. Quite spicy. I just feel sad that Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip had to endure such vileness from those two. Yeah, it was all pretty bad, wasn't it? It was all really bad. I mean, they had the opportunity with Philip to ask CBS and Oprah not to air that, but they didn't have to do the interview. They knew, everyone knew he'd been ill for quite a long time. They didn't want to go over and visit. Harry missed out his opportunity there. They were even in the UK when the Queen was ill. They'd have been invited, let's not forget, to go and visit the Queen. They said, no, we're busy. And then they're kicking off that Harry missed out seeing her. No. Harry has done all this to himself with the help of his wife. Definitely. Right. I'm sure MM has tried to get Serena to get her an invitation. That's what was so funny. That Priyanka Chopra was there. Serena Williams was there. I'll tell you what, the ladies at the Met Gala, I know it's outrageous drama and no one's ever going to wear those actual dresses in public. I mean, you never would you? But I'll tell you that the 3 beauties I saw, and they were really championing for the older ladies, was Nicole Kidman, Naomi Campbell, and Kate Moss. I thought those 3, particularly Nicole, they just looked knockout. I mean, they did none of the 3 of them looked like they'd aged a day. Not a day. They just looked marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. But, I mean, Nicole particularly looked like she'd stepped out of a time machine. Silver, would have a meeting with Mr. Markle, senior for public consumption, if enough of the public was clearly aware of how she treated him, and he'd take whatever he could get. Yeah, I think that's the really good thing about that documentary. Although, because that's why I pinned that other lady's comment. Although all of us in this community know an awful lot of the details. I mean, any one of us could sit on Mastermind, couldn't we, and do nasty things, Meghan. But to the general public that are too busy or don't really know what's happened, I think for them to see that Markle documentary, then that's sort of going to bring the general public up to speed on what's going on. So although it's disappointing for us that there isn't some sort of revelation in there, it was actually an excellent PR move. It really was, because they didn't come across as spiteful, vengeful, bitchy, whereas Meghan always comes across as spiteful, vengeful, bitchy. She did in the Netflix show, she did in the Cut interview, and she certainly did on Oprah, definitely. I don't know how Hank can live with himself, the shame of dumping on his grandparents like that and ignoring them while they were dying. Surely somewhere deep down he must know he did wrong. Not yet, I don't think, until he's been deprogrammed in some way. I'd hate to see what Megsy wear to the Met Gala or coronation. Actually, I'm kind of sad she's not going. I know it sounds horrible, but come on, guys, just put your thinking caps on. Use your imagination. What she would wear. She'd wear the biggest crown. I've seen this thing on Amazon, and it's like spikes. It's like a headband. You can have these big, like a sun spikes. I was going to get one for a laugh. And I could see Meghan, walking into the coronation wearing something like that. I really could. Well, did well on the ice there.
Is that some more water?
Oh, yeah, just a touch of water with the ice, please.
You're spitting ice cubes.
No, it just fell off my nose.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, happy birthday, little Princess Charlotte. The Markles are a very sad bunch, includes the ones in Montecito. So tired of it. Oh, thank you, Mary IPOC. I'm cooking, so I'm only listening. Yeah, I like doing DIY cooking, ironing, that sort of thing, listening to these kind of things. Yes, I'm quite pleased with the crown, actually. Quite pleased. It certainly looks a lot better than my homemade jobbies, that's for sure. Yes, he's lovely, isn't he? Is that pink, or is that just... No, it's just water. It's just water, yeah. I'm making beans. I do feel that they should wear the jewellery. Well, yeah, okay, if Catherine wears flowers in her hair, that's not to say she won't wear a really nice diamond necklace. Maybe that one the Queen gave her that kind of goes down there, meets, and then separates. She wore it to Philip's funeral. Perhaps she'll really bling it up on the rest of it, and she'll probably wear a sash as well. I feel he threw that out there to get some type of reaction. Okay, I think I've missed the other half of that conversation. No, oh right, I thought you meant don't forget to like the men, like William and Charles. I see what you mean, Teresa. Don't forget to like the live. The pic in the coronation shows the Wales children are so comfortable with King Charles and Queen Camilla, yet they were labelled uncaring villains. I can imagine they're quite cosy and tight-knit, and I would imagine the relationship between Charles and Camilla and William and his family is probably a lot less formal than with the Queen. I think they are more, because they've been through the mill a bit together, if late, that they're more in on it as a team together. And so kids pick up on things like that, don't they? William is hot. I said in my Paris Hilton voice, yes, William is hot. Well, he's his mother's son, of course. I suspect this flower business has been put out. Oh, I thought, yeah, maybe by the florists. Yes, many tiaras, royal and otherwise, can be converted into necklaces. In fact, a lot of them started out their life as necklaces, and then jewellers just put them on a bit of scaffolding. Did you see the Princess Royal's interview? Yes, I did. I thought Anne was fantastic, and I've not always been an Anne fan. But when the woman was pushing her about the royal family looking into their connection with slavery, I thought Anne's response was brilliant. The way she said, well, I don't see it that way. You know, history's just not that straightforward. And this woman, like, you could tell she thought, I've got the upper hand on Anne. And she kept pushing her. And Anne said, well, you're talking as if there's no slavery these days. I mean, come on. Slavery still exists. Oh, went the lady. Didn't know what to say to that.
Words in my mouth.
Yes. No, I thought Anne was brilliant. She's incredibly sharp, actually. You look up here on YouTube, Terry Wogan interviews. She ran rings around him. I think she did 2 interviews. Very sharp mind. Very, very sharp. Holding a coronation party at home with 7 ladies. So excited. Hubby is a truck driver, ex-chef, and making the goodies for us. Oh, brilliant. Charlotte Casiraghi was met walking along with the other Chanel ambassadors, Kirsten Stewart, Sofia Coppola, and Marianne Cotillard. I've got to say, a lot of the pictures of the people at the Met Gala, I didn't know who they were. Obviously, Rihanna, I know. I mean, people have got to be really famous for me to know they are like Elvis or Princess Diana or Frank Sinatra. Otherwise, I haven't got a clue who they are. But I did recognise Naomi and Nicole and Kate, definitely. Anne is definitely her father's daughter. She is, yes, but I mean, she's even sharper, actually. She's sharper and smoother in another way. Yeah, she's very good. And Zara and Mike, they're a lovely couple as well, aren't they? Oh, you've met Princess Anne. She's an absolute trooper. I bet she is. She's always actually traditionally been the one that the family have pushed forward to give interviews because she's so quick-witted, thinks on her feet, and is a dead straight talker. They always used to get her to go do the interviews. Hi, Marge. Greetings from Canada. I'll be up early Saturday. Looking forward to the tiaras. Miss Lulu. Charlotte Casiraghi is Princess Caroline of Monaco's daughter. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't follow the Grimaldis that much. I have followed them in the past, but I think it was when the daughters were really going through it. They're a little bit older than me, but I really appreciate it because I didn't really enjoy my teenage years either. And I think I just sort of looked away. I thought I really felt for them, both Stephanie and Caroline. Anne would put anyone in their place with no fear. I think she's mellowed a lot, Princess Anne, over the years. I think she's found, you know, because I bet you I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of her. Yes, she refused to be kidnapped. What time?
That was brilliant.
Yeah, it was. Not bloody likely.
He pointed a gun at her and said, "You're coming with me." She says, "I'm bloody well not."
He said, "Get out the car," and she said, "Not bloody likely."
Yeah, something like that.
Love it. In fact, I was saying to Graham today, I almost wish Anne was the Queen. But she's completely supportive, and she also made an excellent point when asked, what type of king is Charles going to be? She said, well, I think you all know what you're going to get. You've been watching him for 70 years. And I mean, fair enough.
He might surprise us all.
I'm not quite sure what time the coronation actually is, but
11
on
o'clock.
11 o'clock UK time, is it?
Mm.
Oh, I've got to take my tiara off. It's getting itchy. Unless it's the eagle's knits. Apparently, they are lice, but they can't eat human heads. So I'm okay on that. That's probably why they were crawling on my face to get away from my hair. So I'm quite relieved about that.
Sandra said they dig into feathers.
Right.
They actually get.
They go into the bone.
They go into. They need feathers to get into.
Right.
She's into birds.
11 o'clock in the morning. Right. So then that here is going to be what? 12. Midday here. Right. Okay.
We'll be working.
Well, our first boat goes out at 12:30 if we have a 12:30. If we don't and we just do it for afternoon trips, then we can all watch it in the office together.
If we had a telly.
Well, we'll watch it on the computer.
That's true, yeah.
We'll watch it on... we haven't got sound on the computer in the office.
Have to use your phone. Take your charger.
We'll all have to watch it on phones, individual phones.
Watch it in the ship.
Yes, that's true, because I spoke to your friend. What's she called?
Karen.
She said they're going to have it on the telly in the ship. I'm not sure how any of us are going to. I tell you what, Jazzy, Sky News normally have these sorts of things live on YouTube. You go to Sky News Live. I don't normally watch that channel unless there's something like, I'm pretty sure we watched the Queen's funeral on Sky News Live. Trevor and Russ will be doing a live on the day too. I think quite a few YouTubers will, and I think some of them are going to live stream it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm sure there'll be plenty. I'm not going to be doing a live stream on that particular day. I'll just do a couple of videos. Yeah, usually for knits, when the kids were little, I used to use a thing called 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Hi, Fiona and Graham. Renna, I'm sorry I'm late. No problem. Son has not gone to sleep tonight. Let him stay up as late as he likes. That's what we used to do with R2. Does him no harm at all. The Queen's cousins are quite elderly now. Bring their children on board. Yeah, I mean, talk about a slimmed down royal family. There's going to be none of them left in a minute, is there? Will Benji and Faith be watching the coronation, or is it not their cup of tea? Well, Faith is somewhere else in Europe at the moment on a training course because she got this new international job. So I doubt she'll be watching it. Ben works with us at the Dolphin Safari. So if any of us watch it at Safari, there's only the three of us now at the moment as crew. So none of us have got days off because Faith's gotten a new job and Matthews has gotten a new job. So we have to work round the clock now, unfortunately, but we will be grabbing it, or in the evening I'll watch a playback of it. I was going to do an English tea and everything, but if we were, I didn't know Tim wanted to do dolphin trips.
Say if anyone's got STCW 95.
Yes, if any of you out there have STCW 95s and a current ENG1 medical, and you happen to be living in Gibraltar, please come and apply to the Dolphin Safari for crew. The Royal Grift, yes, I think I watched Royal Grift live stream when the Jubilee, when they did the thing, the palace all lit up at night. I think I watched that on the Royal Grift. Why don't you have a telly? We do have a telly, Jane, but it's Spanish TV. But I suppose in Spanish news they'll have it on. But we don't have a TV in the office. No, I'm not sure what happened between those two YouTubers. ABC is starting coverage from 5 a.m. Oh, right, okay. He is 1 year old. I'm not quite sure who you were talking about there. Pedina's going to London. Fantastic. It is a fact that Catherine can pull it off. She is the future queen and mother of a future king. She's also mother of potentially 2 future kings or a future queen. So I'm sure she will pull it off. She's going to look magnificent. I have no doubt whatsoever. I used to, but after last week, I've totally gone off him. I was disappointed in him. Okay, I think I've caught the half of a conversation there. We'll be doing in London, staying at a boat at the marina next door to the tower. Oh, that's, what's it called? St. Catherine's Docks, is it? The guy who came to fix Marina Bay here in Gibraltar, where the Dolphin boat operates from, he designed and refurbished St. Catherine's Dock next to Tower London. Fantastic. Where they're hosting the biggest gathering of Dunkirk little ships during the coronavirus weekend. Fantastic. You will have a brilliant time. And you'll be able to see Tower Bridge now. Yeah, it all lights up at night. Oh, marvellous. Bookie doesn't want them. There apparently is going to help with the building of houses. Bookie said, well, they haven't enough electricity, etc. It all needs sorting out first. Okay, I think I caught the other half of a conversation. Spanish TV does cover it all. It does. But we'll still most likely watch it on the internet. No, Jodie, I don't think Catherine could look bad if she tried. I really don't. Kinsey was on Talk TV in London today. She's come to London too. That safe birthing thing. My camera has been blurry for about 10 minutes. It might be because the sun's going down and the fog's coming in again. but it's not inside the boat. Anyone else find it a bit blurry? Oracle of Feet. Oh, that right. Maybe it's got something on it. Maybe a tissue. Could try. Do you think Harry will still come? I don't know. Will Harry?
It's his birthday.
Will Harry actually
have a
turn
birthday
up?
every year?
I reckon she'll pull every trick in the book to prevent him from coming. I really do. I want to see him there now. And I think if he was on now the Met Gala's out of the way, and she clearly wasn't invited to that. Of course she wasn't.
She's been banished.
Absolute nonsense to suggest she didn't want to go.
I think she's been banished.
All cast your minds back when they'd left the royal family. Do you remember? That was one of her biggest dreams, to go to the Met Gala. And then coronavirus hit. Remember? And that put paid to all those dreams. Just saying, just reminding everybody. I don't want anybody misremembering anything. Hey, Warby.
Like a wine, darling.
I love a tiny... Oh, I've got a tiny bit of wine here. What I need is more water. More, my God, that must be my fourth glass of water. Oh. The revelation that Lady C said...
I'm her slave.
No, he's not. Right? That is such a fucking stupid thing to say. Do you know what? I've done nothing but slave and toil for this man. Right? Not only single-handedly raising 2 children.
She saw right through that, didn't she?
All the DIY I do, all the house for years, 22 years of slavery. And that's his little pet joke, is to say to people, I'm her slave, and it really gets my goat. Especially when I've done all the work on my own. Oh man, you're going to get a beating later. You're going to get spanked.
I wish.
No, you're not actually, because that's a reward, isn't it? No. Yeah. Nazarene banished from Madame Two Swords. Yeah. They need to put an extra amble in. I don't think he'll come. They will be on the floor crying. I wonder, Fiona. I wonder. Shall we run a book on it, guys? Shall we run a book on it? Will Windsor actually turn up? Will he actually? Hi, Jamba. Will he actually turn up? Hi, Just Julia. Don't threaten Graham with a good time. I know it just makes him worse if I offer a spanking. He'll be asking me to get his gimp suit out later as well, and I'm not doing that. Oh yeah, I could see Meghan as a dominatrix. Actually, that might be what he sees in her.
I reckon she'd be really good, actually. Treat me mean, baby.
Only if his therapist can hold his hand. Well, apparently he's bringing his therapist. I wonder if his therapist is about, I don't know, 5'9", tall, slender, short blonde hair, blue eyes. Do you think? Rubber was invented for a reason. I'm not betting bit that he has to go. I don't know. I'll believe it kind of when he arrives. And I do believe that the royal family are going to lay out the red carpet treatment, and really, they'll probably have a load of pints, a selection of, do you remember this? Harry Guinness? Do you want John Smith's stout? Speckled hen? Then they'll have like all buxom barmaids. Oh, hello, sir, with corsets on. They're going to lay everything on. They'll have all his old mates, all Skippy, Lord Pisspot and all that lot. And they'll take him shooting, and they'll have all his favourite things. They'll have his old PlayStations, all of them vintage PlayStations revamped with a huge screen and the big controller there, gaming PCs everywhere. It'd be like his dreams come true.
You need to get JCB woman back.
They'll probably... JCB woman, yeah. What was her name again? Sasha. Hello, Harry. They'll have all his old girlfriends, neon club nights. They'll open Club H again. William and Catherine will probably turn up with the children. Big hugs. Love you, Harry. So glad you're back, Harry. They'll do everything they can and then slam that door shut on that woman. That's what I'd do.
Does he really want to be buried with her at Frogmore?
Rivet. Buried for all eternity next to Meghan. Oh, God. Oh, God. What, Wallace? Poor Wallace. Oh, such a dignified lady, I think. Unfortunately, she's been likened to Meghan left, right, and centre. And there's so much to come out. I do believe Lady C's right that after the coronation, it seems like there's been a bit of an embargo, a bit of a deal, doesn't it? Everybody's like, all the newspapers, all the aristocrats, all the royal family, anybody's like, the coronation, and the coronation. Once that's over, if I were Megsy, I'd be a little bit fearful. Anything could come out, couldn't it? Absolutely anything. And I'm sure stuff will come out. And I do believe they've separated. I didn't buy any of that Netflix. Oh, we're so in love. And that basketball game, someone was saying, I think it was Lady C today, was saying that they don't normally film in those private boxes on the ticker board, kiss cam thing. That must have been prearranged. And then, of course, she doesn't want to kiss him. Whatever the hell that's all about. I mean, really. And she's going to Africa to help women give birth.
And build mud huts.
And build units, whatever that means. I mean,
mud huts.
Africa is a continent. There's many different types of countries, varying climates, varying terrain. Is it South Africa or is it just somewhere in Africa? She's going to sit there with a pin and randomly go, Kenya, you lucky people, I'm on my way to help you give birth. Or is she got some plan in mind? Is she going to go to Tunisia or Morocco or the Ivory Coast? I mean, just randomly. Oh, you know that country, Africa, that country.
$250,000 for a new dress.
Oh, yes, that dress she wore to Morocco, my God. The one that was like a mud green coloured bin liner from floor to ceiling. And apparently it cost €99,000. We could buy a house for that. And what the hell? It was like a body bag. What the hell was she thinking? It was literally like a mud bag with a couple of armholes cut, waddling around. What the hell on a state visit? Good God, what must the King of Morocco thought? She dealt with powerful men behind the scenes. They have much to lose. That's why no one has come out. I'm not so sure it's quite like that. I think she did have backers. I totally think she did. But I think even her backers are like, my God, this is a three-legged camel. Spindly legs as well. And actually, my nickname when I was a child, both my sisters used to nickname me Chicken Legs. So I know what it's like to be called Chicken Legs, but I never minded. But I know that some people call her Chicken Legs. Yes, of course you can. In fact, could you sit here? Just step in for me for a moment. I just need to get some air for a moment.
Some air?
Yeah, it's a menopause thing, all right, Graham? It's a
menopause thing?
Yes, get incredibly hot, incredibly cold.
Hot. One of the marvels of being female that us chaps will never understand.
Oh, really?
Like giving birth, it's
I'm sure some can be arranged.
Terribly exciting idea that we've been deprived of. Yeah, but never mind. Hey, I can live with that. Right. Hello, everybody. I've been sitting there off the whole time, and I'm just filling in for her while because she's a lot more interesting than me, and I don't know that much about the royal family. Well, I know what.
Put the tiara on. It really.
Put the tiara on.
It really
Rhea. Yeah, get on this, baby.
It.
What do you think of that? Is that cool or what?
Further forward, because then it looks more like a crown.
A crown.
It's a bit more masculine. That's
a bit more masculine, more King Arthur. Bring me, mate. Bring me. What's it called? The thing. Excalibur. Excalibur. I've got a gherkin knife. That's about as near as I've got to Excalibur. Right. Okay. Where are we up to? Hello, Graham. David Murphy. Hello, David. Cheers, Queen Fiona. I'm having a glass with you. Kathleen McNulty. Yeah. I thought, wow, that's going fast now. Expert
That's
at
fast
moon
as you're
bumping.
doing,
Graham, are you
right?
going to swear allegiance to Charlie? No, I'm not. I'm a monarchist, don't get me wrong. He's the king. It's his turn. I'm totally behind him. And but I'm not going to get down on my knees and lick his boots for sure. No, no.
Put it this way, I wouldn't
Foot
swear.
worship.
I wouldn't.
No.
Just move your chair over a little bit, and then I can bring my chair in, and we can be here together.
Do you want me to move over this way?
When it's William's turn, I won't swear allegiance to William. It's not an anti-Charles thing. It's a Lord God thing. But I don't.
The thing is, it's not about personalities. You don't vote for the king, okay? He's in line. He's the rightful king, and we have to support him as loyal subjects. We do. Whether you like him or not is a different issue. I mean, there's loads of people got issues with him over Camilla and Diana and Tampongate and all kinds of things, but so what? He might surprise us. He might actually turn out to be a really good king. I don't know.
I think he'd be just fine.
But does he have my loyalty? Yes, he does. But I'm not going to kneel down and
I would. If
pay
I met
homage.
him.
I mean, if I was a lord and I was in the procession, and it's part of the ceremony, isn't it? You've got to do that.
You've got to bow and curtsy and stuff.
No.
No, it's the words. It's the words. For me, it's a little bit like
he should be paying homage to his people. I think, but
it's like King Solomon, isn't it? Wasn't it King Solomon who said to his girlfriend, "Yeah, all right, you can have, you can say a few things that I'm not sure God would be absolutely cool with."
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put your boyfriend at the front. You can go over the top first. That's what he said, wasn't it?
No,
or something like that. Wasn't that Solomon?
No, that was
David.
No,
that was one of them, wasn't it?
No.
Anyway, this not talking about the Bible. Let's move on. My mother was a Bible basher. She'd be turning in her grave. Right, where are we? Do you want me to just
go back? Stay.
You were doing so well until I turned up.
You're doing brilliantly.
Well, we've lost 1,000 people watching already. There was 10,000 a minute ago.
Shut up, you tart. Put your crown back.
Till I came on. Right, where are we?
Don't spill that all over.
Don't spill it. Diana T. Technically, I and Graham have already sworn allegiance to the... Well, yes, we have. You're right, Diana, because when I joined the army, you have to sign this before you get your shilling. It was a £5 in my day, and you have to say, "I swear allegiance to Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth and her heirs and successors." So you're spot on, Diana. You're spot on. Yes,
and that's because you're paid.
We were working directly for the boss at the time.
I've never worked for the Crown, never, and I've never volunteered for the Crown, and I've never had to sign the Official Secrets Act or anything like that. So just as a normal little bod, I mean, I'm just a peasant. No, there's only one entity that I swear allegiance to and bow to. I mean, really, really bow to the actual Lord.
Yeah, we've had a few comments reference sweating and things.
Oh, I know. How long does it go on, ladies?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at about, I don't know, year 3, year 6 of this shit now.
I've had 4 children and it didn't hurt a bit. Oh, I can feel the knives coming out now. Yeah, trod on our mind there. Okay, moving on.
Hi, Pat.
Lady Jane, I've been listening. Afternoon, working, very funny. Sorry, I haven't been part of the conversation. Feel free to join in, Lady Jane.
Persephone, 10 years? Oh my God. That means I've got about another 4 years to go of this. I'm 59 and still getting night sweat. Night sweats? Well, at least it would only be in the night, Tracy. Because, I mean, this is all day long. It's all day long. And sometimes I'm just on fire all day long. It's driving me mad.
But if it makes you feel better, girls, us chaps have our problems too. But I don't want to discuss them here with you now. Moving on. Graham looks divine. Diane naked.
He does. He looks like Longshanks.
I do. I feel like Longshanks, actually.
We'll have to get you a robe, won't we?
I need a robe. I want to
invade
Scotland.
My tiara.
Nutmeg, yeah.
Ozzy Bush didn't get any symptoms.
King Graham looks like he could kill. I am the king of Gibraltar, actually. And I said I could be king here in Gibraltar because my first decree would be all the number plates would begin with the letter G. And they do already. So I'm halfway there. I think I'd live in the Moorish castle as well.
I know, it's the hot and cold, guys. It is the hot and cold.
Is
Graham,
it?
did your wife take your surname on marriage, or did she keep a maiden name? No, I took his name. I'm quite old-fashioned like that. Graham wanted us to have double barrel name.
Well, I thought it might be. I suggested it.
I think that'd be a bit Mont Hesketh or Hesketh Mont. No.
No, it was your mother put her foot down and went, no.
No, I also thought no.
Yeah.
No.
I don't mind. Did your wife
Teresa,
take... Oh, yeah.
I had mine stars at 25.
Really?
Oh, no. You need a nice pink dress to go with it. Oh, what, Graham?
Oh,
yes.
Me? Oh, I thought you were talking about her in her menopause.
No, you need a nice dress.
A pink dress. You think I look good in pink?
Oops, most
I
of those
can wear
symptoms
pink.
stopped a couple of years ago, maybe now 1 or 2 per year. You're 60 and you still get the hot flushes. Oh my God.
Really?
This is going to go on for years, isn't it? Just years.
Don't you have to have hot
Yes,
HRT
Linda,
or something?
after the coronation, you mark my words, the knives will be... In fact, I noticed a bit of a change today just in the press in general.
Jodie, no, I didn't.
Since that Met Gala and she wasn't there, the
there.
knives are already coming out. They are already coming out.
That's really awful. It digs in your face, doesn't it?
You're just a big girl's blouse. You're too scared to wear a tiara.
No, I'm not. I've just been wearing it. What do you mean I'm too scared to wear it?
Well, you couldn't leave it on, could you?
I could. Yeah, I'll wear it for the rest of the video.
Don't stretch it.
I can't read now.
Graham, you look like River.
River. Oh,
Don't
River.
you dare. I love River.
He's all right. He's funny.
I love him. I love it when he says,
he's funny at times, isn't
he? I've had 4 children and it didn't hurt a bit. Oh, right. That's what he said. Oh, I know. Men. Over it in 2 years, Wanda. Oh, you lucky monkey. Queen Graham, gender neutral monarchist.
Don't know about gender neutral.
I love River. I love him. I really look forward to seeing what he's going to wear in each video. He puts me to shame, you know. I'm like a bag of old shit.
He looks better than Meghan Markle,
I just about struggle to brush my hair, and there's River, and I look at his
Mind you, he's blonde, isn't it? So
he's gorgeous. Do you know what? He's more gorgeous than Jeffree Star. And I know Jeffrey's got a bit of a difficult personality.
Jeffrey wears a wig. It's not real.
No, he does. It really is. Sometimes he wears a wig, but he is really a gorgeous-looking human being, Jeffrey.
Oh, that really sticks in your head. It does.
But River, I think River is... When he's got his hair shorter, I don't like his hair too long. I used to like it when he had it in a very short bob, like Purdy. I don't think it suits him as good long.
River's gorgeous.
And I like looking at his makeup. He does. I bet he uses Jeffree Star's makeup, actually.
River could be a model, not Meg.
I think River probably has been a model or is a model.
Oh, dear. Oh, my darlings. Oh, my darlings.
Oh, shut up, you old silly old fool.
Isn't it treason to try and bring down the monarch?
He didn't pay for the first 2.
It was in the old days. It was one of them, wasn't it?
Hi, Brenda. You've got English TV. You're going to watch it in Spain, yeah. But it will be on the Spanish TV as well. River is articulate and funny. River's fucking hilarious. Yes. Yes, I love him. And he can be so bitchy sometimes, can't he?
Wow.
He is funny. And
is River a guy? Yeah, River's a guy. Yeah. Just what's his handle on the internet?
Just River.
River.
Nice and easy.
River.
And he was saying actually that if you walk past him in the street, you wouldn't recognise him because he doesn't wear makeup in actual life. He dresses up for us, especially.
Brenda Gore, I'm watching it in Spain. Have
Yeah.
English TV. We're in Spain, Brenda.
Yes.
I love Spain. It's a great place to live. Love it.